Tansei, everyone. Thanks for coming on to our Michif Language lesson tonight. And of course, we have Tom McCallum as our elder and speaker for tonight. And just like to recognize that we're all on First Nations unceded traditional territory within British Columbia, no matter where we're living. We are on someone's territory. And so myself, I'm living on Comox First Nations unceded territory in Merville.
Okay. Atakaskatam is my name. Sinikason. Atakaskatam Nitigawan. I'm saying I am called Atakaskatam. And Atakaskatam is like works with the spirit, is what it translates to literally. But a loose translation is white standing buffalo. That's a loose translation. It's similar to that. So that's who I am really. The given name I have is Thomas McCallum. And of course, you know, both my grandfathers come from Manitoba. One from White Horse Plain, and the other one from La Broquerie. And I have some ancestry to the United States. My great grandmother was from over there. And she was a Assiniboine. So that's a word. That's a Cree word. Assinio-Poatak is how we say it properly. But English-speaking people couldn't say that, so they said Assiniboine. Assinio-Poatak is stony. Assini is a stone or a rock. Poatak is those people that the Lakota, Dakota, Nakota. Those are Poatak, we call them. And the name defines or describes how they cook their food. They used to have a bag that they get from inside the stomach of an animal, and they put hot water in, or they put water in there, and then they put a hot rock inside there, and that's how they cook their food. Poatak. So that's a word that you know now. Poatak. It describes those people. Poatak. So Miosin. Miosin, it's good. Means it's good. Miosin. Miosin.
Miosin.
Yeah. Michif Pigasquewin. Can you say that? Michif. Michif.
Michif.
Pigasquewin.
Pigasquewin.
Yeah, right on. You got that. Perfect. Miosin. Miosin, yeah, means Mischief Language is good. Yeah, so remember that Mischief Pigasquewin Miosin, you know. And the other word that I use, I did a video with what the heck's her name there? Andrea Menard. We did a film and we were talking about Michif. And what I said there is Michif Pigasquewin Kichtagwan. Kichtagwan. Can you say that? Kichtagwan. Kichtagwan. Yeah, it means it's sacred. Kichtagwan.
Kichtagwan.
K-I-H-C-I. Kichtagwan.
Kitche.
Yeah, not chi.
Kitse.
Yeah. Drop the H. Okay, that's Manitoba say that. Chip. They say that, eh? Manitoba Michif. But we don't say that in Saskatchewan. We say chip. We have a soft sound as opposed. The Manitoba I had shared last week, they have a harsher sound because of Ijibwe, right? Influence. Anishinaabe is what they call themselves. They have that j. That's where that when you say tan j, when you say that, that's Ojibwe influence. The Cree influence is a soft C. So that's the way I speak back home. There's about 5 different communities that speak that way. The first time I heard that j was from Norman Fleury when they had a conference in Manitoba. And so I had asked Grace Zoldi and the other lady that was involved in that language when it was first starting out. And I said, that's Ojibwe influence. And you said, yeah. And so because there's really close to the Anishinaabe over there, there's a lot of mixture there. And they call them Ojibwe. So that's where that sound comes from. And it's a way of speaking. There's many different ways. You even got some that speak more French. Ne parle français. All the old people used to speak that way. So what would you like to learn? You tell me what you like to learn.
So the topic of this one is greetings. So
Greetings. Oh, that's it. Oh, okay. Yeah. You all said that already, so it's finished.
So that we can have a more fulsome conversation than just Tansei Kia. And then Karina asked me that and I said, I don't know how to respond.
You can say mananto. Mananto.
Mananto?
Yeah, mananto means I'm okay. It kind of it actually translates to you're not sick. You're okay. Yeah. Mananto. That's one way of answering it. Another way of answering it is nimioyan.
Nimioyan?
Nimioyan. It means I'm well. I am well. So, and then when you respond in that way, you add kiyamaka. Kiyamaka.
Kiyamaka.
Kiyamaka. Yeah. What about you? That's what it means. What about you? I am well. What about you? Nimioyan. Kiyamaka. Just leave it open like that. You could add more, but just that's good enough. Just they will understand and they will answer you in a different way. So that's two different ways you can answer that. Or if you're not feeling well, oh, muy buenas. You say, right? You have to put that there, right? To make it alive. Moya koyas means it's not right. You're not right.
Koyas?
Moya koyas, yeah. Moya koyas.
Moya koyas.
Oh.
You know, that means, how did you know? You see, that word tansi I shared with you last week or the week before, whenever it was we got together, it means how. And that's where the movies, they put up their hand and say how, those when they made films a long time ago. That's actually what it means. And how, and it's part of a phrase. And you're asking about the health of a person. How is your health? Tansik sayan. You don't have to say kiyab because you're already talking to that person, right? Tansik sayan.
So how is that different? Tansik sayan?
Yeah, that's a complete, but we leave it at tansik because people understand, right? It's a given that you're asking that person's health because health was the most important thing for people a long time ago. And it still is, eh? Like if you don't have health, you have nothing.
So Tanshi Kia is how are you? And Tanshi Kisayan is how is your health?
How are you feeling? Yeah.
How are you feeling? Okay.
Ayan, that word ayan means to have. So we say it in it's a verb kind of based dialogue. When you say those words, what do you have? Do you have your health? Or it's having something, being part of something. And the language, the Cree influence from the language is that it's verb based. And that's what connects us to everything in the universe, is that language. The French part is a noun-based language. Everything is a name of a noun, a person, place, or thing, right? That's a noun. And so it's a static language, like all languages that come from Latin and stuff like that. You know, when they came from Rome, you got Portuguese, you got Spanish, you got French, you got all those languages. They have the same foundation. Ours has a totally different foundation linguistically, and we're a part of everything. So when you ask, how are you? It actually means, do you have good health? It's what you're asking, right? Are you healthy? Do you have good health? So tanse kasayan. You don't have to say kia. It's like you're saying, you're pointing to someone, kia, kia. You're saying like that, right? You don't have to. You already know you're talking to that person. So how are you? You. It's hard to do. We don't have that in our language. It's something that's translated from English grammatical structure. That's why it's that way, tansikia. And that's some of the first things that you learn on the written aspect of it from the Manitoba Michif. They tell you that tansi means hello. It doesn't mean hello. Tansi means how. And anybody who speaks that will tell you that. It doesn't, we don't have no hello or goodbye in our language. In the French language, they do, au revoir, à bientôt, you know, those different terms that they use. Yeah. But for us, from the Cree side, we don't have that. When we part ways, we'll say, kawapahtono, kawapahtono, kawapahtono. It means we'll see each other again. Kawapahtono.
Kawapahtono?
Yeah, kawapahtono. Yeah.
Kawapahtono?
Kawapahtono. That's like TO2. That word two. It's a, what is it, an article or something like that in English? Two. TO. And now, 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 right now. To now.
Oh, now.
Kawapahtono.
Kawapahtono.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it. You got it. Kawapahtono. Yeah. Kawapahtono. Kawapahtono. So that's, you always say that to people, right? It's a respectful thing to say because you're wanting that person to be around so that you can see them again. There's that sense of kinship attached to that word. Kawapahtono. Or sometimes when people are in a haste or they're in a hurry, I'm sawatskihtom. I'm sawatskihtom. It means, okay, it'll once again, you know, it'll happen again. We'll come, we'll be together again. Misawats. Kihtom. So I hope I'm not giving you too much.
Can you say that last one again?
Misawats.
Misawats?
Yeah. Kihtom.
Mesawats kitwam?
Kihtom.
Ichtwam?
Kihtom. Yeah.
Kihtwam.
Yeah, you got it. Kihtom. KIHTWO. No. Wam. WAM. Kihtom. Yeah.
And what does that mean again?
Misawats kihtom.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see each other or we'll meet again. Kihtom means once again, eh? Misawats kihtom. So those are the kind of greetings. Sometime when somebody's likes to joke around and makes people laugh and everything, and when they see him coming or he comes in the doors, it ash magami na apitagotio. You know, they'll say something like that. Eh? Ash, of course, is an expression of, you know, magamina. Once again, he's here. Pitagotio means he's arrived. Once again, he's arrived. But they say it in such a way as, you know, it's going to make you laugh. It's not a negative. It's a positive thing. And they say, "Ash, magamina o pita guhtio." You know, makamina, 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 and that kind of translates to once again. Pita guhtio means he's arrived, or she arrived, and we don't have that gender specific. Magamina o pita guhtio. No, they say things like that, right? When they put the expression, and it makes that person feel good right away. You'll start joking around or tell her story, right? To make people laugh. So we have people like that. And people understand that that's what's going to happen. When this guy comes in, you know you're going to laugh. And it's going to tell you a story or a joke or something for sure. Yeah. Yeah. So can you say that? Ash.
Ash.
Yeah.
Magamina.
Yeah.
Don't know the second part.
Pita kohtiu. Pita. It's like saying Peter, but you say pita.
Pita.
Yeah. Kohtiu.
Koktiu.
Yeah, you got it. Ash magamina wa pita kohtiu. Oh, I forgot that.
Ash magamina pita koktiu.
Yeah, I forgot that. Awa. Magamina awa. Pita kohtiu. It's like saying, Ash, you know, this guy arrived again, or this girl arrived again, you know. However, again, there's that gender. It's not, it doesn't matter, right? We don't have that gender specific in that language in that way, you know. So that's a few phrases that you can practice. You can hear it, if you're recording it, it'll be good to record it so that you can hear it. Writing it is one thing, and you can, what happens when you write it like that and you learn it, then you learn it through English phrasing, right? English inflections on the words. So to hear it is the best way to learn that. Every time somebody comes in your door, you look at them, say, Ash, magamina pita kohtiu. Magamina o pita kohtiu. It makes a person feel good, like they're wanted. So let's see what else in terms of greeting. Kayas kawapahtoyak. You can say that. Kayas. People stick out their hands to shake hands with someone and say, hey, kayas, kayas.
Kayas.
Kayas, yeah. Means a long time ago. It's been a long time. Kayas. And that's, a lot of people say that when they greet each other. Kayas. When they haven't seen each other for a while, they say, oh, kayas. They could say, tapoy kayas. Or, kayas, a spin. A spin is since. It's been a long time since. Yeah. A spin. Yeah. Kayas. That's a really well-used phrase. Kayas. Yeah. Let's see, what else can I say?
Can you say the different versions again?
Huh?
Can you say the different versions again?
Yeah, say it again, yeah.
Yeah, please.
Okay, what's the first one I said?
Kayas.
The first one I said was Tanchikasayan. Remember?
Oh.
Did you write it?
Oh,
Somebody must have wrote it.
I wasn't going that far back. I was only rewinding it a little bit.
Tanchikasayan. Yeah, Tanchikasayan, and health was the most important thing. It is the most important.
Kasayan.
Yeah, Tanchikasayan. And you can say mon ami, mon oncle, ma tante, ma mère, mon grand-père, grand-mère, you know, you can add all those, whoever you're talking to, right? Mon amour, you can say that. You know that word, mon amour?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, says my love. There was an old man back home that he called everybody that. Mon amour. So that was his name, mon amour. Everybody knew who you meant when you said mon amour. So I wanted to give you an example of why health is so important. To give you context to that is, say you had $200,000 in a bank and you're all ready to go out and paint the town red, whatever, right? You're going to go and spend that money somehow, but then you got a toothache. Well, that money don't matter anymore because that toothache is pounding, right? It's taking all your concentration. Nothing matters but that toothache because you want to get rid of it. It's a throbbing and it's pounding in your head and everything. Huh? That's health, eh? That's lack of health. So that thing takes precedence over everything. That's why that's just an example of health, how important health is. Another way that when somebody says tanse, you can say nimeo waskawan. Nimeo waskawan means you're moving great in a good way, right? Nothing is holding you back. You're not crippled. You're not in a wheelchair. You don't have a cane. Nimeo waskawan. Waskawan means you're moving, right? Your blood is flowing really good and everything. Waskawan. You waskawian. Waskawan. Nimeo waskawan. Yeah. So the first one was what?
Tanshi kia sayan.
Yeah.
Tanshi kisayan.
Yeah, that's it. Kantanse kasayan. Nimioyan.
Sayan.
And
No,
the answer to
that's
that
right.
is Nimioyan, right?
Nimiyoyan.
Nimioyan. Yeah. I have good health. I am well. It translates to that. Nimioyan. So what's the other one? Somebody was writing it down. Okay. Kawapahtono.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. You got it. Kawapahtono. And that means you're parting ways, right? You're going your separate ways. Kawapahtono. You're saying that we'll see each other again. Kawapahtono. Kawapahtono. All right, that's 2. And when you say tansi, you say mananto. Mananto.
Mananto.
Yeah, that's easy one. Mananto
Mananto.
means you're not sick. Nothing's wrong with you, eh? You're okay. Mananto. Okay. Yeah, that's 3 pretty good answers to that tansi and coming back. And then there's another one. There was an addition to that. I said kiyamaka. Kiyamaka means what about you? That's how you answer them, right? Kiyamaka. All right, say that.
Kiyamaka.
Yamaka.
Yeah.
Yamaka.
All right. Awesome. Hey, good stuff. What about Nimioyan?
Nimiyoyan.
Yeah.
Yoyan.
Nimioyan. Yeah. Right on.
Mioyon.
Yeah. That's it. That little one. That's good. All right. Koapahtono, minapiago. And the other one, that long one, Ash.
Oh yeah.
Ash.
Makamina wapetakotu.
Oh, right on, yay. Right on. That's good. Ash, makamina wapetakotu. Yeah. Okay. When children come in the house, or they come to you, Kikwe. Intawihtamen. Inta. Wihtamen. Kikwe intawihtamen. You ask that to a child, eh? Well, you could ask anybody, but usually children, you ask them in that way. What you're asking them is, what are you needing or what are you wanting? Kikwe intawihtamen. Now, if you can say that, I'm be very impressed.
Kikwe Wihtaman.
Yeah, kikwe intawihtamen. Inta.
Quay Ita Wictaman.
All right. Yeah, she's got it. Perfect. Kikwe intawihtamen. Yeah.
And what makes it specifically addressing a child?
It's
Just
just the way you say it. It's okay for children, but for older people, you don't say that, you know.
Okay.
We will say kikwe, kikwitaman, kikwitaman, kikwitaman. That's what we would say to older
Kikwitaman.
people, or adults, as opposed to children. Kikwe, kikwitaman. Kikwitaman means, yeah. Kikwitaman means, what are you needing? Do you have need of something? So it's more speaking to adults as opposed to a child, because children are always looking for something, right? It could be attention, could be, you know. So you have a different phrase for them. Kikwe indawihtamen, as opposed to kikwe, kikwitaman. Kikwitaman. Yeah, want and need are two different things, right? Children want everything, but adults have needs. So that's a difference. Yeah. Kikwe. Or when you say, Charlotte, you say, Kikwe. You say that, Kikwe. Yeah.
Kikwe.
Yeah, Kikwe means what? Right? Kikwe. Rather, you don't say the whole thing. Kikwe ndawihtamen, you don't have to say that because they're calling you, right? They're calling you. You just say Kikwe. It's an answer, right? A response to their calling. Somebody calling you. So you got all of that now. That's lots, you know, lots to practice. Yeah.
Yep. And I know people are writing it down, and of course we're recording it as usual. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that way. Okay. Kayas. Umagatotaman. Kayas. Remember that? It's a long time ago. It means a long time ago. Remember I said that? Kayas. Uma. Katotaman means I am telling you something from a long time ago. Kayas. Uma. Ka. Totaman. Totaman. Katotaman. Kayas uma katotaman. A spin uchtse. A spin uchtse. A spin uchtse means ever since. A spin uchtse. Mantu. Kagipi pagitenugoyak. The Creator had put us here. Kagipi pagitenugoyak. He released us in this form. Kaya suma katotaman. A spinoche mantu kapi pagitenugoyak. So that's a whole big sentence, right? That if you learn that, that's awesome. Well on your way. Kaya suma katotaman. A spinoche mantu kagipi pagitenugoyak. Kagipi pagitenugoyak. Well, even I have trouble doing that. I don't know how to practice. Now, if somebody can say that, start with kayas.
Kayas.
Uma.
Uma.
Katotaman. Yeah, uma.
Katotaman.
Katotaman.
Yeah, katotaman. That's right. A spinochte.
Aspinochte.
Yeah.
Aspinochte.
Yeah, a spinochte. It's okay if
Espinote.
you put CH in there, but you know, if you feel more comfortable with that, that's good. That's, as long as you get the message across, doesn't matter how you say it. A spinochte.
Aspinote.
Mantu,
Manitou,
Kagi,
Kagi,
Pi, Kaki Pi,
Akipi,
Pakitin, Pakitin,
Pakatin,
Ikoyak, Ikoyak.
Ekuyak.
Yeah, yeah. Kagi Pi, Pakitin, Ikoyak. That's a whole big long word, eh?
what's the word after kakipi?
Pakitin, Ikoyak. Pakitin, Pakitin,
Pakitin,
Ikoyak.
Pakitin, Ikwayak?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. You got it. I'm just breaking it up. It's all one word.
Yeah.
Banging my something. You know. Yeah, that's when elders, when they want to tell a story, that's what they say. Eh? That's an introduction. So when you go to speak somewhere, when you talk about history, about us being put here by the Creator, that's how you would say it. Kaya sumaga taman. You're talking our history, right? Our Genesis is what you're talking about. But you can tell any story there after that. But you say, Kaya suma ka taman. A spinoche manto kagipi pagitenegoyak. And then the last part is uta,
Uta.
askik
Aski.
on earth. So uta means on earth, on this earth. Kaya sumagato taman. Spinoche manto kagipi pagitenegoyak uta askik. Now, who can try that? I can try it with me. Kayas
Kayas.
uma
Uma.
katutaman.
Katotaman.
A spin uche.
Aspin.
A spin uche. Mantu
Manto.
Mantu,
kaki.
Kaki. Kakipi.
Yeah, kaki pi. Pakitinugoyak. Pakitin
Pakitin.
ikoyak.
Ikwayak.
Ikoyak.
Ikwayak.
That's it. Wow, that's a long one. Yeah. You see, you can stand at a podium. You're talking to a whole group of people anywhere or on Zoom, right? And that's how you open up. Because you're talking from your heart and your spirit. And you're sharing, you want to share something for these people, to these people that are out there. You say, yeah. Kaya sumagato tamano. Aspinoche. Mantu. Kagipi pagitenugoyak. Uta askik. Uta askik. I forgot that part.
Uta aski.
Uta askik on this earth. Moya pogwanta. There's another more to that. Moya. Namoya. Pogwanta. Yeah. Namoya. Namoya.
Namoya.
Pogwanta.
Paquanta?
Yeah, Pogwanta. Pogwanta. Pogwanta.
Pokwanta.
Kapigiskuyan. Kapigiskuyan. You know that word pigiskui? Pigiskui. It comes from the word pigiskui. But you're saying I'm talking. You say pigiskuyan. Kuyan. Pigiskuyan. Pigiskuyan. It means I'm not talking in jest. I'm not talking for nothing. Kaya sumagato taman. Spinoche mantu kagipi pagitenugoyak utaski. Namoya pugwanta kapigaskuyan. So that's a whole introduction, and you're leading up to what you're going to present to the people. Uma. Michif Bigisquin. Igich Tagwach. That's what you say. You're presenting that this Michif language is sacred. That's all. That whole thing is an introduction to you saying that Michif language is sacred. Kaya sumagato taman. Aspinuchim manto. Kagipi pagitenugoya kutaski. Michif Bigisquin. Igich Tagwach. So that's, you'll amaze people when you go up into the microphone and you say that, You got to close your eyes and hold both sides of that podium. You go a couple of times and then you hold your arm up like this. Kayas! You have to make it fun, eh? Yeah. But you know how old people always, when they get together and they have tea, they sit around in a circle, they'll start talking. And the first thing they say is, Moigiaskian. Moya.
Yeah.
Ikiaskian.
Ikiaskian.
Moya. Ikiaskian. Kiaskian. Moya. Ikiaskian.
Ikiaskian.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Say it.
Moyan, Yaskian,
Moya.
Moya.
I.
E.
Kias.
Oh,
Kias.
Kias.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Moya Ikias. Oh, he's gone.
I'm sure he'll pop on again in a minute here. We're gonna have to get Tom a little studio, a little light so he can shine his face and make it bright and better connection. I don't know about you all, but I don't understand some of it, but I'm starting to recognize certain words now, or at least like, okay, I've heard that before, and I kind of understand how to break that down maybe. Losing people left and right here. You must be having a hard time getting on. Yes.
All right, there we go. Oh, wow. That's crazy. I totally lost where I was. Can you hear me now? Oh, okay. All right, awesome. Kaya suma, gato taman. Aspinoche, mantu, kagipi pagite negoyak. Kagipi pagite negoyak. I can't hear you guys. Kagipi pagite negoyak.
Kagipi pati tinekoyak.
Pagite negoyak, right, yeah. Utaskik.
Utaski.
Michif, Pigasquewin,
Michif.
Pigasquewin,
Pigishwian.
Quewin,
Queen. Pigishquian.
no, win, W-I-N. Pigasquewin.
Pigishquiwin.
Yeah, you got it, yeah. Igichtagok. I Gichi. I Gichtagok. I Gichtagok. Can you say that? I
Ki.
Gichtagok.
Kitchi.
Tagwak.
Ta, yeah.
Ta.
Ta. Quack.
Tagwak. Kikitchi tagwak.
Okay. Michif Pigasquewin, Gichtagok. That's good. All right. That's kind of long, eh? That one I give you.
So what does that last part mean? Michif.
Michif language is sacred.
Michif language is sacred.
Yeah. Michif Pigasquewin, Gichtagok. Yeah.
Merci.
Okay. Where's our host? Disappeared. Oh, there she is.
Sorry, I had to deal with something. Has something happened?
Okay. We were just finishing off that long phrase.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
have to do a few things, so I'm going to let you guys
Oh, okay.
keep
Yeah.
talking, and I'll be back.
How long do we have?
We have lots of time. We have like half an hour, so
Okay.
you
Oh,
can take as much time or as little time as you like.
okay. So what I would really like to do, rather than give you a whole bunch of stuff, is I would like you to learn something. That phrase that I told you, I would like you to learn it, to say it, keep saying it. So learn it really well so that you'll be comfortable saying it. Does that make sense? If I inundate you with a whole bunch of different things, you won't know anything. You won't remember anything. It's just like playing a guitar. You learn one chord at a time. You don't learn them all at once. And so a little bit at a time. Michif Pigasquewin. No, that's not the word. Kaya suma. So if you guys get that, say it.
Ayasuma.
Right on. Kaya suma.
Kaya shoma.
Hey, right on. Hey. Katutaman.
Totaman.
Like a crow. Ka.
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 Totaman.
Tut.
Katutaman.
Tutaman.
Tutaman.
Katutaman.
Katutaman.
Right on. You got it. Awesome. Kaya suma katutaman.
Ayasuman. Katutaman.
Yeah. Kaya suma katutaman. Yeah. Kaya suma katutaman. A spinoche.
Aspinoche.
Yeah. Mantu.
Manto.
Kaki.
Kaki.
Pi.
Pi.
Pakitin na kuya. Pakitin.
Pakitin.
Ikuya.
Ekoya.
That's it. That's it. Mantu.
Manto.
Kaki.
Kaki.
Pi.
Pi.
Pakitin.
Pakitin.
Ikuya.
Ekoya.
Mantu.
Manto.
Kaki. Pi.
Kaki. Pi.
Pakiti.
Pakitin. Ikuya.
Pakitin.
Pakitin. Ekoyak.
All right.
Ekuya.
Hey. That's awesome. Oh, there's smoke. Mantu kaki pi pakitin ikuya.
Manito. Kaki. Pi. Pakitin. Ekoyak.
Ah, right on, right on. That's it. Yeah. 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 Utaskik. Uta.
Utaski.
Skik. Yeah. Utaskik. Yeah. Yeah. Michif Pigisquewin.
Michif. Pigisquayan.
Pigisquewin.
Pigisquewin.
E.
I.
Kichi.
Kitchi.
Taguak.
Tagwak.
Yeah. Michif Pigisquewin.
Michif Pikishquewin.
Pigisquewin.
E. Kichi.
Kitchi.
Taguak.
Tagwak.
Michif Pigisquewin.
Michif. Pigisquewin.
E. Kichi Taguak.
Kikichis.
E.
Tagwak.
Is that the mischief is sacred?
Yes.
So how do you sort of spell that? Mischief? And
Michif.
then is
Michif.
N-I, ni?
Huh?
Is it mischief, ni, piqui?
Michif Pikis. Pikis. P-E.
Uh-huh.
E-K-I-S K-W-I-N. Pigisquewin. Pigisque. Pigisquewin.
Pigisquewin.
Pigisquewin. Pigisquewin. Pigisquewin. Pigisquewin. Eh? That's Magic woman, Pigisquewin. Pigisquewin. I'm banging my feet on the ground. There's people downstairs be knocking on the door. Michif Pigisquewin.
Michif
It's just that one.
Michif. Pigisquewin.
Hey,
Ay.
it's just that one. Che. Tagwan.
Tagwan.
Yeah, Tagwan. Michif Pigisquewin. It's Tagwan.
Pikishquewin.
Chif Pigisquewan.
Kiche.
Kiche.
Da.
Da.
Kwan.
Kwan.
Yeah, that's it. Kiche Tagwan.
Tagwan.
Michif Pigisquewin. Kiche Tagwan.
Michif Pikishquewin. Chewet Tagwan.
Kiche
Kitche.
Tagwan. Yeah, Kiche Tagwan.
Kitche.
Kiche means sacred or the highest thing. Kiche. Sometimes we say Kichimanito. Kishimanito. Kichimanito. Kiche Tagwan. Michif Pigisquewin. Kiche Tagwan. What's tagato? What's in Totamen? What I said, oh, there's smoke, you don't understand. But I won't teach you that one. We'll keep to that one. So how do we start? That phrase.
Kayash. Uma.
Kaya suma katutaman. Right on, yeah. Kaya suma katutaman.
Spin.
A spin. You know those trees, those trembling aspen? Instead of saying aspen, you say a spin.
Spin.
A spin, yeah. Aspinoche.
Spinoche.
Manitou.
Manitou.
Kaki.
Kaki.
Pi.
Pi.
Pagetin.
Pagitin.
Ekoyak.
Ikoyak.
Uta.
Uta.
Askik.
Askik.
Michif Pigisquin. Kichitaguan.
Michif Pigsquin. Kichit Tagwin.
Hey, right on, right on. You got it. Yeah, right on. So now we'll try again. Kaya sumagato taman.
Kaya sumakatotaman.
Hey, yay!
Sumakatutaman.
Aspinochimanto.
Spinochimanto.
Yeah, aspinochimanto.
Aspinochimanto.
Kagi pi pagitin nukoyak. Kagi pi.
Kagipi pakitenekwayak.
Hey, awesome, awesome, awesome.
Pi
Kagi pi pagitin nukoyak.
pakitinikoyak.
Uta askik.
Uta
Uta
askik.
askik.
Michif Pigisquin.
Michif
Michif
pigiskuin.
pikispuiwen.
Kichitaguan.
Chitagwan.
Chitakwak.
We'll make it a little longer this time, okay? Kaya sumagato taman. Aspinoche.
Kaya sumakatutaman. Spinoche.
Manto kagi pi pagitin nukoyak.
Manto kagipi
Mantu kagipi
pakitenekwayak.
pakitenikoyak.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Kagi pi
Kagipi
pagitin
pakitenikoyak.
nukoyak. Yeah,
Pakitenekwayak.
pagitin
Pakitin.
nukoyak.
Pakitenekwayak.
Kagipi pakitinikoyak.
Yeah, that's it. Utaskik.
Utaskik.
Daskik.
Michif Pigisquin. Kichitaguan.
Michif pigiskuin. Kichitagwan.
Right on, right on. Oh, that's
Well
beautiful.
done.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, there's small. Kaya kaya sumagato taman.
Kaya sumakatotaman.
Aspinoche man. Oh, manto gagi. Aspinoche manto. Aspinoche manto.
Aspinochimantu.
Kagi pi pagitinikuya.
Kagipi
Kagipi.
pakitinikoyak.
Yeah. Kagi pi.
Kagipi pakitenekwayak.
Awesome. Yeah, kagi pi pagitin. Utaskik.
Utaskik.
Daskik.
Michif Pigisquin. Kichitaguan.
Michif pigiskuin. Kichitagwan.
All right. Wow, man, you got it. Wow. What I'm telling you is from a long time ago. Ever since the Creator put us on this earth, the Michif language is sacred. So there you go. That's how you introduce yourself when somebody calls you up to say a few words. You got to connect first, eh? Connect first, then you don't have to worry about how you say it or whether you're going to say it because it's there already. Kaya sumagato taman. Aspinoche manto. Then this next one is a little longer. Kagi pi pagitinikuyak. Kagi pi pagitinikuyak. Utaskik. Michif Pigisquin kichitaguan. Okay, who can say all of that? Starting from Kayas. Oh, no, don't shake your head. No, don't do it. You can do it. Kayasuma. Katutaman.
Kaya sumakatotaman.
Yes. Aspinoche.
Aspinoche.
Manito kagi pi pagitinikuyak.
Manito kagipi pakitinekwayak.
Right on. Oh, that's always the most difficult part, Aaron. You got it. You nailed it. Utaskik.
Utaskik.
Michif pigiskuun gichis tagon.
Michif Pigishquin Kichitakwak.
All right, there you go. There you go. You got it. You got it. Wow, that's awesome. Holy smokes. Wow, you learned fast. It's good.
Good teacher.
Yeah. Anybody else can try it? Good students. Payas. Payas. Yeah. Oh, you better say it louder so I can hear you. I can't hear you. I can hear you whispering.
I think Adrian's practicing.
I'm nervous to like speak up.
Oh yeah, well that's all right. There's nobody around you but you.
Well, I guess so.
Yeah.
Kayas omaka tutaman uspinache manatu kakipi paginitin nekwayak
Yeah.
utaskik michif pigisquien kichitakwan.
Woo! You did it. Wow. Oh, the smoke. That's awesome. Wow. Oh, the smoke. Great. Oh, that's A+. Now, you got to keep practicing that. So next time you go meet somebody that's Michif or whoever, just let them know. Negaskihtan. Negaskihtan. Negaskihtan means I can do it. Negaskihtan. Negaskihtan, 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 negaskihtan. Make a little song out of it, then you remember it, eh? Negaskihtan, 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 mit beaks we win, negaskihtan. Gichtago mit Pigisku. Kaya sumaga to taman. Aspinoh cuman tu tagagi pipagitin gue aku taski. Michif Pigisku and Gichtago. Right on. Anybody else? Okay, Mate, we'll learn a song. You must know that.
I was just thinking about that song.
Oh, right on. There you go. That's why. Came up. You know that one, eh?
Yeah, I can't like sing it, but I know a little bit of it.
Oh, okay. Edmonton Neutotiana, Pagusi Sutapahaka, Pagusi Sutapito, Robert Note how. Means I came from Edmonton. I had a mouse on the range. The mouse got mad, so I hit him on the head with a tow rubber. Yes, Ben Kisaki hin. If you love me, right? That's what that means. If you love me. Kis Ben Kisaki hin. See, Mark, Pilchiman, come and kiss me right away. That's what it says. That's the song. Chigaheganis and see where's soon. Wapuswan is the one known. Chigaheganis is a little axe. I got a little axe on my belt and I cover up with rabbit fur. Maybe I'll show you that another time if you want to learn it. But we got this one phrase, Danse Kisayan. Danse Kisayan. Danse Kisayan. Danse Kisayan. What's the answer? Remember the first one of the first words?
Nimioyan.
Oh yeah, right on. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Nimioyan. Yeah. And then you turn it over to me. How do you say that?
Kiyamaga.
Yeah. Nista Nimioyan. Tanagoy sumahi. Yugisigan siyan. Yugisigan siyan. Mio. Kisigan siyan. Means I am having a good day. Imio.
Nimio.
Kisikan. Kisikan. K-I-S-I-N. No. Kisik. K-I-S-K-U-N. I guess. Kisikan. Si-an. Sian. Imio kisikan sian. I'm having a great day. That's a good one, eh? Imio kisikan sian. Imio kisikan sian. Boy, you must have a whole library right now. All that stuff. You'll have lots to say now.
I always get the most notes when you teach.
Oh, good. You got the notes. Do they speak to you?
Speak a lot.
Yeah. It takes a little while to get wrap your head around it, eh? With these words, because you have a word, and then you have prefixes and suffixes to that word to change it to what it is. Like imio kisikan sian comes from the word kisikao, means it's daytime, right? Daytime. Kisikao. 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 Imio kisikan sian. That's where that word comes from. Imio. And then, of course, mio is good, right? Having a good day. Imio kisikan sian means you're part of the day and it's good. Everything's good. That's that verb part then. Imio kisikan sian. Imio kisikan sian.
Kisikan siyan.
Yeah. Imio kisikan sian.
Nemio kisikan siyan.
Yeah. That's it. Imio kisikan sian. Yeah. When somebody says kiyamaga to you, nista. Imio kisikan siyan. Nista means me too, right? I also, or nista. Imio kisikan siyan. Imio kisikan siyan. Imio kisikan siyan. And one of the first things that the old people used to do a long time ago is greet the day, like all the animals, the birds, they sing before the sun comes up. And there's a little song that they used to sing. One is yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Sepi sesa kinimagowak. Yanakwam kataskinan. Yeah.
That's it, yeah. Yeah, it means that wake up, the birds are already singing. And the sun is coming up. Look how beautiful our land sounds. Yeah. Wow. That's awesome. So you know lots already. And that's an easy way to learn, is through singing. Yeah. It's a good way. Like I said last time, all the women sang to their children. Each child had a different song. And it was usually their personality, how they were. But when they're smaller, when they're still in the swings and the women are swinging back and forth, they'd wrap them up real good. And then they'd put them in that swing. And the way that they would sing, they wouldn't use words. Sometimes they throw in the odd word, but they not clench their teeth, but they're just put a little gap between their teeth, and that's how they make that sound. It's not whistling, it's kind of humming through your teeth. And that's how they would swing that baby back and forth, and that soothed the baby, right? As the baby was swinging, then the baby would fall asleep because it felt really good. It felt like, when it's tied up like that, and that it's like holding the baby. And I told you that the scientists now have a theory about that, when you swing a baby like that back and forth. They say their left and right brains come together, then your whole brain thinking. You're at your most powerful. So there was this one lady, her name is Darlene Auger from Wabasca. She had that vision of a swing, but it wasn't babies that she was swinging, it was adults. And she thought, ooh, it swings adults. She brushed it away and kept on coming, kept on coming. So finally she went to her elders and asked the elders, and the elders said, you have to do that because that's the way you deal with trauma. You swing the adult because the adult has whole brain thinking. You can go back to that without reliving the trauma. You can go deal with it. And that's what she does. That's that come from the creator. The creator gave her that gift. So she does that to people now who are suffering trauma. And most of us are at some point in our life, we carry trauma. So we're either left brain or right brain thinkers, right? Most of the time. Very few of us are whole brain thinkers. Men are more left brain and women are right brain, you see, because the right brain is the nurturing part, and they have very strong feelings, love, all of that stuff. Left brain thinking is a linear, logical way of thinking. That's the way men are, right? They don't want to have anything to do with feelings. Yeah. So we have to bring those two together, right and left brain. Then your whole brain thinking, what they call holistic. Yeah. Mioya win is what we would say. Mioya win. That's what that is. Mioya win. Right and left brain coming together. Mioya win. So we have all these things in our culture from our mother's side and not our father's side. Our father's side was the European, their linear logical way of thinking. Our mothers were the right brain thinkers. And that's where the spirit, everything is about spirit. And the women are more connected than men are to everything because they create life and they bring life into this world. They're the nurturers. They were the medicine people a long time ago, before this new model came in called 1260 timing frequency. And 1260 timing frequency is based on 12 months to a year, 60 minutes to an hour, 60 seconds to a minute, and we're all slaves to that. And it's like a snake eating its tail. We're slowly killing ourselves because we're all stressed out over that time, right? Creates all kinds of. The other one, the woman's side, is called 1320 timing frequency. And that's a natural stellar timing frequency that was given to us by the Creator. So we have been told in ceremonies that it's the women that are going to make the change in the world. It's not the men. Because the men, they're still playing that same sandbox. They play in one corner here and then they want change, so they go to the other corner. But they're still in the same sandbox. They think they created a lot of change, but that's the way we are. We don't know anything. So anyway, I don't know why I got over there. Jeez. But it's important. It's important to know that, that you are, you have to get back to where you were revered as life givers and those medicine people. Because you know yourself that you have those feelings when you walk into a room, you can feel people, you know that. Or something will come to your mind about something, you look and you know. We don't. We make a lot of noise, attract attention to ourselves. That's ego, right? Men are very ego driven. I used to do workshops in the lower mainland here in the early 90s, medicine wheel workshops. There was never a man there, never. It's all women. And later on, a few years down the road, there started to be men, but the men were gay, right? So they're more like women. So a little bit now, men are starting to move in that direction, but still they're clinging on for dear life to that old boys network. So that's what you have to contend with. Those are the rapids in your life, because water is life. Pimatisuin, nipi, pimatisuin, nipi. Nipi is water. I told you last week, right? Remember that? What did I say about nipi? To a Cree speaker, when you say nipi, right away, bang, water comes into their mind. But it's much more than that. Nipi. Remember I showed you that? Nobody remembers.
You're
Darn.
talking about like that it's life because we're mostly made of water.
Yeah, it comes from two root words, right? Nipi. The ni. Oh, she's looking at her notes here. Yeah. Ni comes from the word niya, which means I am. I or I am. That's what ne means. The first part of then P. The P, the second part is to come or to unfold. So literally when you say water, it means I am unfolding. And that's what happens to you. That's what you're doing. You're unfolding. So that's what water is like. And you're unfolding. Because we're 75% water. So that's that one word from the Cree side, from the woman's side, our mother's side. That's why it's so very important, because it connects us. It's a verb. It's not a noun. It's a verb. In English, water is a noun. It's a static object. It's just is, right? But for us as the woman, our woman's side, our mother's side, the native side, it's I am unfolding. So that's a verb. That's a difference between our languages. That's why it's so very important to have our mother's language. It's not imperative that we say tsi or chi, that it's just the way we are geographically, wherever we come from. And that's okay. That's good to understand the differences between the French and the native, our mothers, because we have to go to our mothers once again. You hear those terms, I go back to Mother Earth or Guy or whatever they call it, and all different terms that they call it. Yeah. So returning to the teaching is returning to who we are, where we came from, and everything. You have to understand that's the language. That's the importance of this language, Michif, that we speak, the mother side, because we never studied that before. We studied the French. We know about French. We know about that, but we don't know about our mother's side. And we have to study that. Important, important, important. So the other word that I had wanted to share with you is that nipi. Pimatisawin. Can you say that? Pimatisawin. P?
Pimatisawin.
Yeah, pimatisawin means life, Anybody that speaks Cree, pimatisawin, you say to them, you say, oh yeah, life. But again, it comes from two root words. P means to come or to unfold, remember? Mate comes from the word mate, means the beginning. Means the beginning. And win at the end is the process of you coming to the beginning and going in that cycle, that circle. You're doing that every moment, every second. You're starting a new beginning, because you're never the same, right? You're not static. You're dynamic. That's a dynamic. So that's just a little lesson there, history lesson or language lesson or whatever you want to call it. But that's the way we speak back home. We say nipi pimatisuin. And the other one eluded me that I was going to share with you, but this is good enough. This is lots.
That's lots. I think we're all definitely full of new ideas and a lot of history and knowledge, as well as the language. I mean, it's a rich experience. So thank you so much.
Okay, well, thank you for listening to me or my rantings here. I'm really, really glad that you're interested in the language. It's so important because it connects you to everything in the universe. There's a direct connection from our mother's side. From the French side, we're nouns. We're basic, right? We're nouns. And that's what they say. The Michif language is made out of nouns and verbs. And the verb side is our mother's side. That's a dynamic. that continues. But the other one is noun-based, the French side of it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a beautiful language. I like je t'aime beaucoup la langue de français. You know? I do. I like that language. Yeah, it's a beautiful language. It reminds me of Pepe Le Pew. You had to apologize, eh? Pepe Le Pew. Did you guys see that? Yeah. Anyway, thank you so very much and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Tom.
Beth.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you. Yeah.
Night.
Thank you.
Thank you.